Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Did he do it? Is the catchphrase heard around the world when it comes to billionaire music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs. Every week there seems to be another lawsuit that tangles the web of brother love Combs, and now his son, Christian Combs, has been implicated in the crimes as well. I just went over a 31-page lawsuit of a female stewardess of one of Combs' yachts, and Christian seems to be facing a lot of the same charges as his dad. So was this an organized crime? Do we see a RICO coming soon? Now, Brother Combs is already declaring a victory by posting a video online, pretty much stating that he's already won, but we're like,
I know, but did you?
We are going to break all of this down, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this case and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Now, the man that we all affectionately know as Diddy, no matter how many times he's tried to change his name, is a rapper and mogul who is credited with helping some of the biggest stars launch their careers. We have Biggie, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, and countless more. Now, instead of being remembered for his discovery of these artists, he's now being talked about because of the newfound things people are discovering about him. He's currently facing multiple civil lawsuits accusing him of sex trafficking, sexual abuse, and the big R word. Now, from what I've been told, Diddy has actually been the focal point of a serious investigation for quite some time. It's taken the lawsuits from Cassie and these new civil suits from various women who are believed to be victims of Combs's, as well as the lawsuit from Rodney Little Rod Jones that came with complete details, accomplices, and pictures that was very helpful in aiding Homeland Security in securing a warrant to search not only Diddy's LA home, but his Miami abode as well. Now, during this ransack of Diddy's homes, there is believed to be hundreds, if not thousands of hours of videos of Combs and his staff doing wrongdoing. So needless to say, it seems like Brother Love won't be going down alone. He'll definitely be in good company. I just highly doubt that his staff will have those little black pouches or goodie bags to bring along with them. Now, during this raid, his two sons, with Justin being the oldest and Christian being the son he had with the late Kim Porter, were handcuffed and detained on the scene until the search was completed. Now, although they were both let go, Justin's mother, Misa Hilton, was very displeased with the forceful way her son and his brother were handled, although I've never really seen Homeland Security enter her home peacefully, but I digress. Now, although Diddy is out free, they're saying that more than likely an indictment from the grand jury will soon follow. In the meantime, the feds are looking for him to slip up, make some mistakes, possibly call some friends in high places, just let the whole team dismantle. Now, while all of that is going on, one person who has been added into the crossfires of lawsuit is his youngest son, Christian King Combs. Now, the woman who is suing Christian Combs is suing him for assault, battery, aiding and abetting, and many of other charges. However, she's being represented by Tyrone Blackburn, who is also representing Rodney Little Rod Jones, who is also suing Christian's dad, Diddy. Now, Tyrone is a little messy and he loves to throw shade in these lawsuits. It was him choosing this picture of Diddy losing his hair looking stressed out in the Little Rod lawsuit. And in this lawsuit with Christian, he said Christian is a 25-year-old auto-tuned and heavily edited rapper.
Why would she say that?
He goes on to say, unfortunately, as the saying has it, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Defendant Sean Combs, defendant S. Combs, who has also been accused of several acts of sexual assault, the R word, sexual violence, and drugging, among other deplorable conduct, is the father of defendant C. Combs, who has seemingly taken after his father and family business of reckless partying, drugging others, sexual violence, and other illegal conduct. Specifically, defendant C. Combs is the second child of billionaire defendant S. Combs and his late ex-partner Kim Porter. Upon information and belief, defendant C. Combs resides in the city of Beverly Hills, California, in Los Angeles County, California. Defendant Sean Combs, hereinafter defendant S. Combs, is a rapper and recording executive, popularly known by his stage names Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. Defendant S. Combs became famous in the early 1990s with his record label, Bad Boy Records. He rose to prominence success in the music and entertainment industry over the decades and is regularly revered as a hip-hop mogul and top rap hip-hop producer in the industry. Upon information and belief, defendant S. Combs resides in the city of Beverly Hills, California, in Los Angeles County, California. During the relevant periods, defendant John and Jane Does 1 through 10 are currently unknown individuals and or employees who aided and or abetted in the commission of conduct complained of herein and or who either acted within the scope of their employment. Defendants ratified, embraced, and added to this conduct. As parties engage in discovery, plaintiff retains the right to amend this complaint to add these individual employees by name. During the relevant period, defendants ABC Corp. 1 through 10 are currently unknown entities who employed or aided and or abetted in the commission of conduct complained of herein. As the parties engage in discovery, plaintiff retains the right to amend the complaint to add these entities or individuals by name. Now, in or around July of 2022, the plaintiff, whose name I have blacked out, was working on Victorious, which was a super yacht built by Yacht and owned and operated by Fraser. Now, the plaintiff worked as a temporary second stewardess for the company called Equium FW049IC. Plaintiff worked in her temporary position for a month on Victorious, then was subsequently offered a permanent position due to her professionalism, passion for her job, and great customer service skills. In or around September 2022, plaintiff had been part of a dedicated team at the Monaco Boat Show, tasked with selling charters for Victorious to high net worth clients such as C. Combs and S. Combs. In December 2022, plaintiff and her team were advised that the yacht had been successfully chartered for the 2022 holiday period. Plaintiff changed her personal holiday plans to accommodate the charter service and flew to St. Martin to prepare the yacht for service. Plaintiff soon learned that the client who chartered the yacht was defendant S. Combs and his family. Defendant S. Combs leased the yacht and had full control of the staff and premises of the yacht. Although plaintiff was used to working in discreet and VIP environments, this was one of her first times working with an A-list celebrity. Because of this, plaintiff and the rest of the team assigned to the yacht were determined to make the holidays special for defendant S. Combs and his family. For the duration of the trip, plaintiff was assigned the 6 p.m. to 6 o'clock a.m. shift along with one other crew member. This shift, commonly known as the late shift, was very busy. Late shift duties included dinner and drink service for the client for the entire 12-hour period. Dinner and drink service had to be carried out with the minimum staff support or backup during the night shift since only 2 individuals were assigned. Although defendant S. Combs was always typically on the yacht, his sons defendant C. Combs and Justin Combs were staying in a luxury villa nearby but joined their father aboard the yacht most evenings. During the second week of the charter service, there was a significant amount of partying and drug use, which caused the guests to stay up throughout the night. The makeup of the yacht quickly evolved from just defendant S. Combs and his family to include a constant rotation of suspected sex workers and other A-list celebrities such as French Montana and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. Defendant S. Combs turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion into a hedonistic environment. According to plaintiff, it resulted in an unexpected increase of workload for her and her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful drug use, sex work, and general chaos. It also created an extremely hazardous environment. For example, guests often demanded drink service until 6 a.m. Staff was often treated with disrespect. Suspected sex workers were sprawled out unconscious about the yacht, and it was difficult to distinguish which bottles of alcohol were laced with drugs and which bottles were not. It is important to note that as a bartender, plaintiff understands the impact of alcohol and the likelihood that a person would not generally become intoxicated following one mixed drink. Because of this, plaintiff found it very suspicious that after one shot of De Leon tequila or one mixed drink, various women on the yacht would be falling over themselves, panicking, or passing out. This led plaintiff to reasonably believe that the alcohol given to these women was likely laced with drugs. Plaintiff was aware that Rodney Jones, Mr. Jones, a producer who was employed to work on the Love album Off the Grid, was required to be on standby for musical recordings often late at night. The Love album Off the Grid is the 5th studio album by American rapper and record producer Sean Diddy Combs, released on September 15, 2023. Mr. Jones was accepted as an extended member of the service party and spent time with plaintiff at the service bar and piano room where he played the piano. On or about the early morning of December 28, 2022, the evening shift started as normal. At about 5 o'clock a.m., plaintiff was messaged on the on-duty phone that defendant C. Combs would be joining the yacht by tender, a smaller craft that runs back and forth from a larger yacht and used for servicing and providing support and entertainment to a private or charter yacht. Defendant C. Combs wanted to be brought over to Victorious to record record in the yacht's makeshift recording studio with Mr. Jones. Although it was not unheard of defendant C. Combs to come aboard at such a late hour, he usually stayed at his dwelling offshore overnight, particularly when there was no party on board on any given night. Defendant C. Combs arrived in the tender and was heavily intoxicated. Plaintiff suspects defendant C. Combs was intoxicated from a mixture of narcotics and alcohol. Upon entering the recording studio, defendant C. Combs immediately started ordering that tequila shots be poured from a bottle of alcohol he may have brought onto the yacht. Ironically, defendant C. Combs was playing Cassie Me and You in the background. Cassie was an artist under S. Combs and was his former love interest, who also accused S. Combs of serious sexual and mental abuse. In the studio, defendant C. Combs asked that plaintiff bring the shots to the recording studio Sundeck, and the plaintiff obliged as she was the only servant steward at the time. Plaintiff noticed immediately that he was particularly attentive with her, which she considered very inappropriate. However, plaintiff began to become concerned when he insisted that she take shots of tequila he may have brought on board the yacht. Upon pressure and wanting to be polite, plaintiff obliged. Prior to this, the plaintiff witnessed defendant S. Combs create a Black Santa video, which showed him demanding the captain, various head of department, and crew take a shot of tequila with him.
Attention, attention, this is Black Ass Santa speaking. I need the entire crew to meet me at the bow of the ship immediately. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Let's go. Attention to my beloved crew. Today is the day that we have all worked hard for this day to spread cheer all around the world. We're not just spreading cheer, we're spreading health, wealth, and happiness also all around the world to everybody. Do y'all understand me? Yeah! Do y'all understand my black ass? Yeah! Yes, Black Ass Santa has delivered the message. Now it's time to get to work. Everybody get on the jet skis, load up the jet, and let's go spread the Christmas cheer. Let's go, people. You know, the Deleon's starting to kick in. When the Deleon kick in, Mrs.
Yo, Black Ass Santa had to take a nap. I'm not gonna let you guys down. I'm gonna keep delivering these gifts. I'm gonna give y'all a tour of the headquarters of my Black Ass Santa suit.
As this was a pattern established by the captain of the yacht and the defendant S. Combs, plaintiff felt comfortable knowing that Mr. Jones was present and didn't think anything more of it. She felt that she would take one shot and he would let her return to the pantry. According to plaintiff, at this point, the mood changed and things became sinister. Defendant C. Combs insisted that plaintiff stay chatting and that she sit beside him. Plaintiff resisted and remained polite, asking to leave. Defendant C. Combs became aggressive and insisted that plaintiff take a further shot and sit beside him. At this point, defendant C. Combs violently grabbed plaintiff's arm and began hurting her. He pulled plaintiff to the seat beside him and prevented her from getting up. Plaintiff insisted that she had to return to the pantry, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. Angered, defendant C. Combs forced plaintiff to take another shot. Plaintiff was quite scared and realized she was in a very dangerous situation. Plaintiff was also feeling the effects of the tequila shots and quickly suspected that the tequila was spiked. At this point, the situation escalated and plaintiff started to be physically assaulted by defendant S. Combs. He touched the plaintiff's legs, breasts, backside area, and the vajayjay. He also tried to kiss her and proceeded to kiss her neck, face, and hands. The timeline at this point is very blurry and vague to the plaintiff, as she does not recall exactly what happened to her due to the effects of the spiked tequila shots. Luckily for plaintiff, due to defendant S. Combs' insistence on Mr. Jones recording everything, Mr. Jones has an audio recording of defendant C. Combs drugging and sexually assaulting plaintiff. Below is the transcript of defendant C. Combs forcing plaintiff to consume the suspected lace shots of De Leon tequila. Defendant C. Combs, yo, it's shot o'clock. Plaintiff, no, I'm not doing any shots. Christian? Defendant C. Combs, everybody, we gotta take a shot. Audio 2. Plaintiff, I'll just put the ledge. Defendant C. Combs, no, take the whole thing. Plaintiff, no, you will take it as well. Plaintiff C. Combs, take the whole shot. Plaintiff, I'm only doing it as long as you take it as well. Plaintiff C. Combs, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not taking nothing. Please, take the shot. Plaintiff, you are drugging me? Plaintiff C. Combs, take the shot. Hey, yo, play another beat one time because now, and below is the transcript of defendant C. Combs' sexual assault of plaintiff. Cassie Me and You featuring P. Diddy and Young Jock song playing in the background. Plaintiff, this is not an offer. Defendant C. Jones, you said what? Plaintiff, I can't. I'm swapping out. I can't do it. I'm sorry, darling. Plaintiff C. Combs, nah, we need you. Plaintiff, I'm going to stop. Stop. I have to go. I have to go. Honestly, I'm like already losing sleep. I have to go now. Defendant C. Combs, you're the best one on this ship, though. Plaintiff, what do you mean? Defendant C. Combs, who's going to replace you? Plaintiff, who's going to replace me? Plaintiff C. Combs, F that. That's going to be trash, though. You feel me? Plaintiff, excuse me? You don't touch my leg like that. I'll move my leg where I want to. Plaintiff, if I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my leg like that. Plaintiff C. Combs, listen, you and everybody in this crew is great. Defendant C. Combs, like say you're just vibing with me the whole time. Plaintiff, I can't. I promise you. I wish I could, but I can't. Unless I say that you guys requested me. Defendant C. Combs, yes. Who can I talk to right now? Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now. Plaintiff, well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing. According to the plaintiff, she said she would have to be requested because she knew anyone of authority who would approve of the request was asleep. Defendant C. Combs would not be able to contact them and plaintiff could then leave. After being assaulted in the recording studio, plaintiff attempted to resume her duties that night. She made her way to the pantry where she met another steward who was assigned to take over the shift. Her colleague recognized that plaintiff was visibly intoxicated, in shock, and trying to finish the shift. Shortly after returning to the pantry, defendant C. Combs called for plaintiff. He went looking for her and demanded that she find him a place to sleep on the yacht. At such a late hour of the night, there was no spare cabins for the defendant C. Combs to stay in. Despite this, he refused to go back to shore. The most acceptable place for him to sleep that night was in the cinema. Plaintiff directed him to the cinema, which was commonly used as an extra sleeping area. The cinema has one door to exit and enter. Plaintiff entered the room, and defendant C. Combs blocked her from exiting. Plaintiff retreated to a corner of the room, and defendant C. Combs became physical and extremely aggressive. He cornered plaintiff and started to grope her. Plaintiff pushed him back constantly. Defendant C. Combs then took off all of his clothes. His Johnson was erect, and he grabbed her arms and was trying to force plaintiff to perform oral copulation on him. The plaintiff began fighting defendant C. Combs, and not long after, her partner on board entered the cinema. This startled defendant C. Combs, and the plaintiff was finally able to leave. The plaintiff's partner became concerned and went looking for the plaintiff after she had not returned to her room and her shift had ended. Morning after, plaintiff complained to the yacht's captain, Captain Petar Milkov. Captain Milkov berated the plaintiff. He lacked compassion or concern, failed to investigate, and insisted that the plaintiff was probably voluntarily partying with the guests. She was not. Milkov added insult to injury by assigning plaintiff to work in front of the house, which required personally serving defendant C. Combs while they were on the yacht. Plaintiff was not provided an option to be isolated or not have to serve defendant C. Combs. Plaintiff was 25 years old at the time of her attack. Based on information and belief, defendant S. Combs' employees included his drug mule, Brendan Paul, his chief of staff, Christina Coram, and his second in line, Frankie Santella, learned of what happened and informed defendant S. Combs. Shortly after, Captain Milkov received a generous tip from defendant S. Combs in order to keep Captain Milkov quiet and keep him from protesting plaintiff or taking action on her behalf. Only a few members of the ship's staff were required to write statements. Plaintiff and her partner were the only two staff members not interviewed and not asked to write a statement. By the looks of it, Diddy and his son Christian have a lot of explaining to do. Not only does this woman have audio, but she also has pictures of her bruises as well as other people on the yacht that can pretty much verify everything that she's saying. Since this incident, she's had seizures, her boyfriend has left her, she has mental anguish, she's had the bruises, so many other things that she's stating happened, and she's requesting compensatory, special, and general damages according to proof for punitive and exemplary damages, and she's needing money for the cost of the suit, prejudgment, and post-judgment interest. I'm not sure how this is going to end, but it's not looking good for Diddy or his crew. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Diddy, his son Christian Combs, and this new lawsuit? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.